in John the Revelator, man. You see? So you're going to be convinced through your own sins, man. Why? Because you didn't choose the fear of the Lord, nor did you hearken unto the voice of the prophets, man. The word prophet goes back to the meaning to say before. That's all it is. All right? And what we're saying before, we're reading the scriptures. All right? Bring out another one here in the book of 2 Chronicles 36, and I'm gonna start at verse 14. See, because people believe, you got some people that don't believe in the Old Testament. Some people don't believe in the New Testament. They don't know how to make up their mind. Really what it is that they just have a problem at the end of the day with the Bible. They have a problem with the Lord. Not knowing that this whole book, there's no such thing as an old and a new. It's all there. It's all one thing. It's all one covenant. Okay? Yeah, you had your covenant that was made with Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob via the letter, but now it's being written where? Spiritually upon our hearts, the minds, man. Ain't nothing changed. There's nothing has changed. It's going from a physical aspect to it to a spiritual aspect. That's what the Lord was conveying to those in the old times, the ancients, that it was spiritual, but they weren't ready for that, man. Just like when Nicodemus came to Yahawashi in the I think it was the Mount of Olives, he was asking how he can inherit everlasting life. And the Lord said, at least a man be born again, he shall not ever see the kingdom of heaven. And Nicodemus got simple and said, how can a man return into his mother's womb a second time? And that's not what he was referring to. He's referring to being born in the spirit, man. Meaning that you're going to strip away all the bullshit that you've learned prior from me, and you're gonna relearn. You're gonna have to relearn things. You know? So going back to 2 Chronicles 36 and 14. Moreover, all the chief of the priests and the people transgressed very much after all the abominations of the heathen. And that's what everybody's doing right now. You got the Negro, Latino, and Native American Indian man following after the ways of the heathens, man. Christmas, Easter, Thanksgiving, St. Patrick's Day, all right, etc. Whatever else they got out there. That's what the transgression of the law was, because the Lord commanded us not to follow after the land of the ways of the heathen, man. That's a commandment. I'll bring it out real quick just to verify. All right. This is Leviticus chapter 18, verse 2. Speak unto the children of Israel and say unto them, I am the Lord your power. After the doings of the land of Egypt, wherein ye dwelt, shall you not do? All right, and Revelation says that this Babylon was going to be referred to, or spiritually known as Egypt and Sodom, because this place is still carrying on the same customs and traditions as the ancients, man, as Egypt, Sodom. There's no new thing underneath the sun. It's all spiritual, man. And that's the thing that a lot of individual people out here, they lack spirituality. And I ain't talking about being out there in outer space. I'm talking about in tune with the power of Yahawashi, the scriptures. Because this is all one needs is the Bible. This is the blueprint, the guideline, the lamp unto your feet in the place of darkness, man. King David said that. King David said it. In the valley of the shadow of death, the word is a staff and a light unto him, man. The staff represents what? Comfort. But Bible is also referred to as a rod. What does that rod represent? To be chastised with. See, that the Most High, Yahawashi, they're balanced entities, man. They're not indecisive. They're not fickle. They're individual men that know what it is, man. They don't go back tossing to and fro into every doctrine. Oh, well, you know, I don't agree with you. No, I don't agree with you, Father. And there's no schism between them, like it is here in America. People do whatever they want, man. You got people in Mexico, Canada, Alaska, Hawaii, the Middle East. It's the same vibration that's out here, man. The same vibration. Why? Because the earth has been given into the hand of the wicked. Who's the wicked? Who's the head of the wicked, man? Esau, Cain, the serpent, going back to the Garden of Eden. That's how far it goes back to. And it tells you that in Revelations. We'll bring it out. This is Revelation chapter 12, verse 9. And the great dragon was cast out. Who's that great dragon? In Revelations, right? It's part of the New Testament, right? So, okay. It says that old serpent. So it goes from the end to the beginning of that deceiver. All right? Of that liar. All right? And the great dragon was cast out, that old serpent called the devil and Satan. So it's the same individual. It's the same nation that's been doing the chaos out of order, the divide and conquer. All right? It's the same nation that's been from the beginning till now. It's still here. He's still doing the same tactics. He's up to the same antics. There ain't nothing changed about this man. It's just that people have fell into the ways and the spirit of the heathen. That's why the Lord said, follow not the ways of the heathen. Jeremiah 10, Leviticus 19. Okay, going back to Leviticus 18 and Salaki. Let me go back to 2 Chronicles 36 and 14. Moreover, all the chief of the priests and the people transgressed very much after the abominations of the heathen, and polluted the house of the Lord, which he had hallowed in Jerusalem. And the Lord power of their fathers sent to them by his messengers. That's how the Most High deals with his people, man. It's through men. He'll send a messenger. They'll convey the message to you, whether you want to hear or forbear. But the judgment's still going to come. You can't stop the judgment of Yahawashi. No one ever has, nor ever will. And this is going to be the last one as far as Israel being under oppression and ruled under another nation. This is going to be the greatest deliverance ever any nation has ever been on the earth has seen, man. This is going to be the greatest one. It's going to be greater than the deliverance of old through the time of Exodus with Moses. That's not even going to be remembered of. It's going to be remembered of those that were delivered out of the land of the north. Where are we at? North America, man. So the Most High sends his messengers to gather the elect. Jeremiah 16 and 14. Therefore, behold, the days come, saith the Lord, that it shall no more be said, the Lord liveth, that brought up the children of Israel out of the land of Egypt. See? So it ain't going to be no more said that the Lord liveth that brought up the children out of Egypt. But the Lord liveth and brought up the children of Israel from the land of the north. How's he going to do that? When he cracks some skies and the chariots come down and beam us up, man. But before that, we're being sealed through the Spirit via the way of the men of the Lord under great millstone. All right? It says, and from all the lands whither they be driven them, I will bring them again into their land, and I will be unto their, and I will give unto their fathers. Behold, I will send many fishers, saith the Lord, and they shall fish them. That's what we're doing. Like I use that analogy. You throw your rod in there, whether you use a hook or a net, but you want to make sure everything's properly knit together. You want to make sure that bait's on there, on that hook proper. You want to make sure your net, everything, there's no loop, there's no holes in it, big enough to where your catch is gonna slip out. You want to make sure everything's on point, man. That's why the Lord, or even us brothers, we stay on each other, iron sharpeneth iron, and we change the countenance of our friend, meaning that we make ourselves each other better, building each other up through edification, edificio, which means to build up, man. That's what, because each brother that's doing the work, whether you're coming in new or you've been in here for the past 2, 5, 10, 15, 30 years, you're a building block. You're as a lively stone, man. We're building up the house of David, the breaches thereof, man. This thing is a serious thing, man. Else if it was of men, it would have came to naught. But this is not coming to naught. Why? Because Yahawashi is working in this time. Go ahead and bring one now right here. Let's see. This is Habakkuk chapter 1 verse 5. Behold, ye among the heathen, and regard and wonder marvelously. I will work a work in your days, which you will not believe, though it be told to you. See, not everybody's going to believe this work. They're going to think we're doing it, it's going to come to naught. That we're just doing it in vain, we're crazy, we're bugged out. It's the same old nigga that what he was in the world before he came to this tree. He's the same person. They don't understand the spirit, man. They don't understand the mercy, the tender mercies of Yahawashi that was shown to David, that was going to be shown unto those that followed David, man. And to the rest of the 12 tribes, man. The 12,000 out of each tribe, and the great multitude that followed behind those men. They don't understand the mercies of Yahawashi, man. You know, the Lord is doing a work in our time that these people out here don't have no clue what's going on, man. Because their minds are so caught up in the world, man. They're worried about these holidays. They're worried about these vacations. They're worried about these raises. You know, their women, their children's education, as far as like going to college. You know, that's what's trapping these individual people from seeing the truth. They're caught in this matrix, man. All right, finish that one in Chronicles 36 and 15. And the Lord power of their fathers sent them by his messengers, rising up betimes and sending, because he had compassion on his people and on his dwelling place. That's right. And people say, oh man, you just out there talking shit to people, cussing people out, whatever, this, that, and the third. No, man, this is love. When you get rebuked, that's a form of love, man. But that's how the Most High works. You don't want to be rebuked by the Most High and his son Yahawashi, because they'll kill your ass, man. They'll put you to death on the spot. King David said, let the righteous smite me with their tongue, man. Let the righteous smite me. Why? Because if you fall into the hand of the wicked are going to destroy you. They'll torture you. But to fall into the hand of the living power, that's even deadlier, man, in that sense. Because you're going off, you hadn't repent, you ain't right. You see all these people out here that are dying in strange, diverse ways, man? You know? There was a death that happened over there in Houston at a tire shop, man. He was a Jake too. I don't know if he might have been from the tribe of Judah. The point is, he was a Jake, and he fell into the damn tire shredder, man. And that business had been open for X amount of years, and they said they ain't never had an incident like that ever occur. So now that place is under investigation. And this ain't no new thing. There's been a lot of Jakes that they found them dead in schools, floating in rivers. What really happened? You know what I'm saying? You can't always just blame it. Oh, it's a typical Negro that was drunk. You don't know who could have been plotting on him. You know what I'm saying? But the Most High is destroying people in diverse ways, man. People getting mangled by animals, pit bulls. People are bugging out off drugs. All these things are not just there for entertainment, man. This is judgment. We're playing out judgment here on the earth, man. And we're sounding that trumpet. The Most High is trying to show you this mercy. He's trying to convey to you, hey man, I love you. Get right, man. Just obey me. Follow the law, statute, commandments. Get your mind right. Fast. You got demons on you, fast. Mortify your members. Get with brothers. Shut the hell up. Stop talking so much. Stop thinking so much. Listen. You got 2 ears. Listen. Everybody has an opinion. That's what America is gone on, because everybody has a damn opinion here, man. It says, oh, real quick, let me bring that one in Proverbs, man, to verify. That open rebuke is better than sweet secret love, man. This is Proverbs 27 and 5. Open rebuke is better than secret love. And that's what everybody likes to do. They like to have their own little lovers, like especially women. They'll have a husband, but they have lovers on the side, man. Wait, we're not in the time of that, man. We're in the time of being straightforward, man. We have to be that way, because if not, you're gonna die out here, man. You have to be bold, man. You have to be confident in the sense, in the right sense of Yahawashi Yahawashi. If someone's going off, you're supposed to correct them. You're supposed to, hey man, you can't be doing that. It's not saying that you're gonna yell at them in the face. You can use a soft word to somebody and they'll still get offended. But the point is open rebuke is better than secret love. And that's what people want. They want to be babied. They want to be told, hey, everything's gonna be all right. Follow your own heart. If it feels good, do it. No, man. This is how the Most High works. This is how he's showing you that he has love for you. But that door of mercy is coming to an end. It's about to shut. Just like in the time of Noah and the ark, man. When that door was shut, there was no more playing around. Everybody knew it then. At that moment, they were going to know it. Death by pain. All right. 2 Chronicles 36 and 16. But they mocked the messengers of the Most High and despised his words. Right? Despised whose words? Yahawashi's words, man. Not ours. We don't speak out of our own minds. We come strictly out of the scriptures, man. Isaiah 8 and 20 says, to the law and to the testimony, if they speak not according to this word, is because there is no light in them. And what is that light? This wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, man. The Spirit. So that's the time we're in. This is the time that we've been waiting for. That Yahawashi has been waiting for. To send his Spirit down, to send out his men that are going to come out here and preach, to prophesy, to draw in the elect, to seal up the elect upon their foreheads, their minds, so he can come and redeem his bride, man, and destroy the adversaries, the enemies, the heathens. And in the meantime, that's all we're doing. We're just teaching. You know, we're being better teachers than your teachers in schools, in your colleges, your professors, your scientists. You know, they ain't giving you what's needful. They're not giving you what's profitable. They're giving you shit that's like, oh, well, it could be. No, we're telling you this is the 100% truth, man. But you have to have faith and confidence. You got to have faith and confidence in Yahawashi Yahawashi. You have to receive it. You have to be persuaded in your own mind. But that doesn't mean that because you're not persuaded, that don't mean that this negates the truth. It's still the truth. The Negro Latinos or Native American Indians are the true biblical Hebrew Israelites, man. And wherever else they are, don't matter what tone of brown they are, what shade of color they are, what they look like. If this spirit, this word, this doctrine resonates with you, you're a Hebrew Israelite, man. All right? It says, and they mocked the messengers of the Most High and despised his words and misused his prophets until the wrath of the Lord arose against his people till there was no remedy. Meaning that no one can deliver you out of the hand of the Most High. Because once the Most High sanctions something, it's done deal. Esau can't do nothing. Moab, Ammon can't do nothing. Satan, like people think Satan's up there battling against the Lord. Satan can't do nothing. Nobody can do nothing. Not even a man of the Lord on the earth. Because Yahawashi had the last word. Alright? This is Wisdom of Solomon chapter 5 verse 1. Or you know what? There was one I was meaning to bring out and I completely forgot about it. Salakia, give me 1 second. I believe it's in Sirach. Khan, right here. This is Sirach chapter 6 verse 32. My son, if thou wilt, thou shalt be taught. You see? Because you have to be of a ready mind, man. You have to be persuaded in your mind fully, wholly, into receiving this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, man. The true hidden wisdom. All right? My son, if thou wilt, thou shalt be taught. Why? Because Yahawashi is going to be dealing with you in the spirit. He's going to allow you to receive this word, man. He's going to sup with you in your mind, in your heart, your spirit, your mind, man. If thou wilt apply thy mind, thou shalt be prudent. You're going to be wise, man. You're going to be crafty. You're going to be slick than any other man that's on the earth. Even the top fucking philosopher, scientist that's up here in the world, man. All because you what? You had the fear of the Lord. The fear of the Lord is the beginning of knowledge. And what is that knowledge? It outweighs anything tangible on the earth that is of great value. It says, if thou love to hear, thou shalt receive understanding. And the only way you're going to hear is if somebody's conveying the message to you, relaying the message to you. That's the only way. You can read it, but you still have to have it broken down to you. And that's what a lot of these guys out here in the world, they hate GMS because they don't have that ability. And if you want that ability, all you have to do is come humbly to Yahawashi and listen. Take heed to the words. And he'll give you that diverse gifts of the Spirit, man. There's different gifts of the Spirit that you can receive. Multiple gifts. But at the end of the day, it's because they despise the Heavenly Father's word, man. They reject them. It says, if thou love to hear, thou shalt receive understanding. And if thou bow thine ear, thou shalt be wise. And the only way anyone can bow down their ear, meaning it's not talking about literally you're going to pull down your ear to the ground. It's talking about spiritually, you're going to bow yourself down humbly to Yahawashi in the presence of those men. It's not literally talking about falling to your knees. It's your spirit, humble, being brought low with the broken, contrite spirit. Knowing that you don't know shit. You ain't nobody. That's the beginning, the first steps of fearing Yahawashi, knowing you know how to denounce yourself. Knowing that you can admit to yourself in the mirror you ain't nothing but a piece of shit. That's the only way you're going to find favor in Yahawashi's eyes, man. You have to confess your faults. It says, stand in the multitude of the elders and cleave unto him that is wise. And a lot of people don't want to do that because they don't want to be subjected unto nobody. It's like if you ever, everybody's been in the household, and what happens when there's not if there's not a good governing type man there in the house, a man, what happens? The children are everywhere, bugging out, jumping on shit, spilling shit, crumbs everywhere, toys everywhere, piss all over the damn bathroom floor, because the woman don't have that ability. When a man's there in the house, he lays things down. He sets things in order. That's part of order. The man, it's the woman, and the children. In the spirit of Yahawashi, you got the elders, you got the apostles. All right, you got certain chains of command that you have to be under, man. All right. It says, be willing to hear every godly discourse. That's why when brothers, we're on our, on the internet, we see the Akim live shows, we all jump on and we watch. Why? Because we're all learning. We're learning. We're watching the discourse of the elders, man. That's how we build each other up. We keep feeding off each other. It's like a cipher, whether it be emceeing, dancing, or whatever it may be. You got that side where everybody's feeding off of each other. That's how it is in this truth. The household of faith. It's not talking about being actual in the house, because when people getting down in a cipher, what the majority of the time cipher's like, you get having inside of a building, but back in the day it was outside. People would make a circle, it'd be b-boying, rapping. It was organic. It's the same thing with the Lord, the Word, fellowshipping with the brother, the Akim. It says, be willing to hear every godly discourse, and let not the parables of understanding escape thee. You see? Because the parables, a lot of people don't understand the parables that Yahawashi would speak about. So when a mystery or a dark saying is revealed unto you, you're supposed to retain it. You gotta hold on to it. Like a mother bear does to her cubs. You gotta keep them close and don't let them go. It says, and if thou seest a man of understanding, get to thee betimes unto him, and let thy foot wear the steps of his door. Meaning that you're gonna follow. I'm a follower. I follow certain men. Certain men follow me. It's a chain. It's an order. It's like that in the sports. Now you're gonna have, now if you got a guy out there like in the football team that wants to, take up every single position, or he wants to play his own role, that starts causing division within that team and that unit, that body. That's what we don't allow here in GMS. We don't allow people just to run rapid and do whatever they want. We're all the same mind, the same speech. We see eye to eye. You got all these other camps, they don't know what to agree on. You got Zabak out there. You got all these different individuals that they can't even keep their other camps in control, man. It says, let thy mind be upon the ordinances of the Lord, and meditate continually in his commandments. He shall establish thine heart, and give thee wisdom at thy own desire. You see? Because if you're found worthy, he's going to give you that wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. And he's going to increase you. You're going to grow. Just like King Solomon. King Solomon, as a child, the Lord presented himself to him in a dream and said, what do you ask of me? And King Solomon said, I desire wisdom on how to rule your people righteously. And it marveled the Most High that he asked of something like that, because most people ask for what? Money, fame, women, gold. But King Solomon didn't ask none of that. That's how you're supposed to come into Yahawashi, man. Humble. And the things that are more weightier than the tangible things out here on the earth that are going to go up in smoke, man, including yourself. That's why the Lord says, put off the mortal clothing. All right, to be enlightened, to enlighten the spirit, renew the inner man from day to day, and put off the old man, because this shit right here is gonna go, it's gonna die. All right. Let's see what else I had. Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 5, verse 1. I'm gonna keep reading. It says, right here, Wisdom of Solomon 5:1. Then shall the righteous man stand in great boldness before the face of such as have afflicted him, and made no account of his labors. That's right. Just like when Yahawashi, when he was on the scene, nobody made account of his labors. They rejected him, they despised him. He was a man of sorrows. He was a man of that we should not desire him. They didn't make no account of his labor, what he was truly doing when he said he was about his father's business. He meant that shit, man. He meant that he was about his father's business, and he fulfilled the prophecy that was written of him, man. That he was going to die, be a sacrificial lamb unto the nation of Israel, ultimately the elect. The elect within the elect. Because Israel as a whole, in a nutshell, is the elect. But there's an elect within that's going to receive that gift of salvation. So they didn't make no account of his labor. Just like they're not making account of our labors, the Akim. You brothers out there that are striving for this truth. The Lord ain't forgetful to, roughly paraphrasing, to forget your labor of love, man. All right? There's a great reward in doing this work, man. All right? Let me see. This is Hebrews chapter 6, verse 9. But beloved, we are persuaded better things of you, and things that accompany salvation, though we thus speak. For Yahweh is not unrighteous to forget your work and labor of love. You see? Because you have a great reward that's waiting for you, man. For you brothers out there that are striving for this truth. Unlike all these other individuals, they don't even know they're walking dead bodies, man. It's like that movie Green Mile. Dead man walking. That's all that is out here, man. Vessels. Twice dead. In the book of Job it said. They're like clouds without no water. They're like waves in the ocean just being tossed to and fro. There's no stability. Okay? It says, for the Most High is not unrighteous to forget your work and labor of love, which you have showed toward his name, and that ye have ministered to the saints and do minister. But we know that there's certain evil men in the world that hate us, that despise us, because we have that ability to come and speak in great boldness before the face of those that had afflicted us, man. Ultimately, they afflicted who? Was Yahawashi. Because we're not greater than our master. We're going to be treated the same. We're going to get the same treatment. Not at the same measure as Yahawashi, but we're all going to have that same part in that body of affliction as our Savior Yahawashi. All right? It says, which you have showed, Salaki, verse 11, and we desire that every one of you do show the same diligence to the full assurance of hope unto the end. Unto the very end, we got to show the same diligence. The same diligence as who? Jeremiah, Daniel, Yahawashi. They endured to the end. Elisha, Ezekiel, Elijah. Right? This is James 5 and 10. Take my brethren, the prophets, who have spoken in the name of the Lord, for an example of suffering, affliction, and of patience. In order to endure patience, in order to endure affliction, you have to have patience, man. You know? So the prophets of the Lord, they're examples of that. They're examples of that affliction. And we counted them happy. Verse 11, behold, we count them happy which endure. We have heard of the patience of Job and have seen the end of the Lord, that the Lord is very pitiful and of tender mercy. You see? That's what everybody says they desire the mercies of the Most High. They admired King David. They admired the courage of King David. They admired the wisdom that King Solomon attained and contained. But they're not doing nothing about it. They're not doing anything. They're laying stagnant. Instead, they sit on their damn couch or their computer chair, scoffing and mocking, man. Talking shit about us. That's all they do all damn day. Just like they were plotting when Yahawashi was on the scene. You had the wicked Pharisees and the scribes plotting on the Lord every single day, trying to find him a trap for him to slip in order for them to condemn him. There's no new thing underneath the sun. It's going to happen in our time, 2018, here in America, United States of America, Mexico, Alaska, got brothers everywhere. No matter where, name a place, the brothers there. Got brothers in Africa, Puerto Rico, everywhere, Canada, Europe, Philippines. The brother's about to be doing the work in Midland, El Paso, Amarillo, that the brothers out there saying that they were doing it. And if you're watching this video, I'm talking to you brothers out there in Amarillo, you need to get a camera and put the videos up, man.